Hi, Star of Bethlehem! So this afternoon, I'll be showing you how to do the timeline approach during client presentation. So, very important that you're ahead of the client and para syempre mag-freshen up ka and maging comfortable ka with the discussion. And as soon as the client arrives, so makamustahin mo siya, etc. etc. Syempre, wag ko muna diretso dun sa presentation agad, baka magulat naman siya, di ba? And then, unti-unti, pag sinabi ni client, signal na siya, na ready na siya, so sabihin mo, good afternoon, Mr. Client. So, this afternoon, what we're going to do is, we have to determine 3 things. The first one is financial need analysis. So, ano ba to? Anong purpose nito? It's for you to know if there's a need. Kailangan mo ba ng life insurance? Kailangan mo ba ng investment? Diba? And the second one, Mr. Client, is we have to know your financial need and then your financial goal. Okay? Ano ba yung gusto mo mangyari? Do you want to retire na mayaman? Gusto mo makapag-travel? Gusto mo makabili ng property, makabili ng kotse, etc., etc., or education funds for your children? So, what are your financial goals? And the third one is, what is your budget? Of course, I can give you the ideal solution for your financial need. However, syempre, meron din tayong budget na titingnan. So, of course, we have to adjust din based on your doable budget. Okay? So, yun yung 3 things. Now, the first thing na ginagawa ko is, of course, probing. So, we have to know your client, di ba? Ano yung mga details na kailangan natin? Una, of course, sabihin natin, client is Michael. Michael, how old, by the way, before you do your KYC, your know your client, you have to ask the client or tell him or her na, client, I'll be asking you confidential questions, especially about your finances. Would that be okay? The reason behind is because I want to present to you the accurate solution for your need. Okay? So, Michael, how old are you? Say, sabihin, 30 years old si Michael. Are you single or married? Sabihin niya, I'm married. Do you have kids? Yes, I have kids. How many? 2. One is 1 year old and one is 3. Okay? Now, sabihin natin, Michael, do you work? Does your wife and you both work? So, sabihin niya, yes, both of us work. Okay, so, who's the breadwinner? Or pareho ba? Sabihin niya, ako yung mas breadwinner kasi mas higher yung income ko. Okay, so sabihin niya, he is the breadwinner. Now, with those information, sabihin mo, currently, do you have life insurance, Michael? Sabihin niya, none. So, no life insurance. How about investment? Sabihin niya, wala din eh. No investment. Okay. You have to write everything down. Para din, makikita ni client na, you're taking down everything. Okay. So, talagang medyo meticuloso itong gagawin natin. Now, after all these things, writing all these things, sabihin mo, so, Michael, right now you are, so idodrawing ko na ang line, the timeline approach. Michael, so you started working, so right now you are 30. You started working at what age? Sabihin niya, nag-start ako mag-work ng 20. Oh wow, so 10 years ka na pala nag-work. Ang galing naman. So you have to appreciate as well your client. Siyempre, hardworking siya. 10 taon na siya nag-work, di ba? At the same time, tatanungin mo, so you must be very happy with your savings. Sabihin niya, actually, yun nga eh. Wala akong savings. Sad. Sabi niya, okay. The reason why I asked Michael is that the reason why I asked about your savings is that, are you aware that all of us should have emergency savings? Sabihin niya, pwedeng sabihin niya hindi, pwedeng sabihin niya na oo. So, sabihin mo lang na emergency savings should be 3 to 6 months of your monthly salary. Okay? So, what's emergency savings for? In the event of, literal, in the event of emergency, di ba? Pag may nagkasakit, pag mayroong kailangan ng pera, di ba? Of course, we don't want to resort sa pangungutang, loan shark, etc., etc., di ba? Kasi, doon tayo nalulubog, di ba? If we don't have emergency funds, di ba? Now, sabi mo nga, you have 2 kids, and eventually, di ba, mag-aaral na rin sila, they have funds for them, for their education. Sabi niya, actually, wala pa nga ako nare-ready. Okay. So, that will be part as well of our planning. Now, the reason why we're doing this financial need analysis and financial planning, Michael, is because we don't want na this will happen again, zero savings. Kasi gusto natin, yung savings natin, pataas, di ba? Hindi yung zero. Now, si 1-year-old and 3 years old, after 18 years, di ba? So, ang unang mag-aaral niyan, si panganay, which is after 15 years, right? So, that's by the time 45 ka na. So, you can ask the client, saan mo siya planong pag-aralin? Sabihin natin, UST ba yan? Ateneo, LaSalle? So, you may compute for the educational funds by using the FNA calculator. So, yun yung finorward ko sa inyo, but I will be also forwarding that calculator to the rest na wala pa. Okay? So, later on, compute natin yan for education funds, and then by the time na after 17 years, so by the age na mag-47 siya, education funds naman for bunso. Okay? So, later on, balikan natin tong education funds. And, Michael, diba nga you've been working so hard for the past 10 years? I'm sure naiisip mo na rin na gusto mo mag-retire at a certain age. What age do you want to retire? 50, 60, 65? Yung usual na answer naman ng, well, pag millennial, usually mga 50, 55. Pero pag mga usual na clients, they go for 60. Okay, 60. So, naisip mo na ba yung retirement funds mo, Michael? Sabihin niya, actually, wala nga eh. How about in your company? Do you have retirement na package? Wala din. Okay, good. Because that will be part of our planning. Now, for retirement funds, I will be asking the client, yung lolo and lola mo ba, how old are they? Umaabot ba sila ng 80, 85, 90? Sabihin nila, actually, parang nasa 80 lang sila. Ganyan. So, bakit ko tinanong yun? It's because I want to gauge yung lifespan mo. Diba? Normally naman, kung ano yung mga lola natin, parents natin, kung hanggang saan sila, usually medyo nasa ganung range lang din tayo. So, sabihin natin, retirement funds na i-ready natin is until age 80. Okay, when you say retirement, literal, retired ka na, hindi ka magbe-business, etc., etc. So, talagang retirement, magkakape-kape ka na lang, shopping-shopping, nood ng TV maghapon, mag-mall, etc., etc. Okay? Now, Michael, we still have 20 more years to live na wala kang trabaho, wala kang income, and you would just rely on your retirement funds. Magkano ba dapat ang retirement funds na kailangan natin? Well, it depends on the client. Pwede mong tanungin, gusto mo ba yung current sweldo mo? Ganun yung magiging monthly expenses mo when the time comes that you retire? Or gusto mo naman, simple lang kasi ako eh. Gusto ko mga 50,000 a month. Okay na ako. Pang maintenance, pangkain, bayad ng utilities, makalabas man lang ako, makatravel ng konti, etc., etc. Okay, sige, gusto mo ang budget mo, 50,000 a month na pwede mo siyang gastusin until age 80 na hindi ka mag-aalala na mauubusan ka or mawawalan ka ng pera. Okay? Hindi pa ako naglagay ng factor ng inflation dito ha, because depende rin kay client eh. Kasi kung siya naman ay medyo magaling sa computation about inflation, pwede mo siyang i-factor in yung inflation. However, pag may mga client na medyo hindi nila masyadong gets yung computation for inflation, I suggest wag mo na munang ilagay. Anyways, on a regular basis naman, pag medyo naintindihan na niya yung plan niya, pagdating sa update nyo or policy review, doon nyo na lang din mag-FNA ulit kayo, tapos doon nyo na lang i-factor in yung inyong inflation rate. Okay? So, sabi niya, gusto niya 50,000 every month, so times 12 for 1 year, times 20 years. Kasi 20 years pa siyang mabubuhay na wala siyang trabaho. So, 20 years. So, that would be, kung kukumpitin natin yan, so, how much is that? Yan. Compute natin. So, 50,000 times 12 times 20. So, that's 12 million. So, syempre, normal reaction ng mga clients. Yung iba, lalaki yung mata. Wow, 12 million yung kailangan ko. Diba? Parang they thought na, I thought 500,000 or 1 million enough na. Pag ganun yung mga reaction nila, i-reverse niya lang. O sige, 1 million ha. 1 million lang yung iipon mo until age 60. 1 million divided by ilang years pa siya to live? 30 years. Diba? So, 30 years. So, 1 million, 20 years siyang mabubuhay. So, 1 million divided by 20 years divided by 12. Okay po, Mr. Client, okay lang po ba sa inyo na monthly? 4,166 lang ang budget nyo. Paano ka pagkain? Kasya ba to? Gamot, pamasahe, etc. etc. Diba? If I did the correct computation, 1 million divided by 20 divided by 12. Tama. Okay? So, would this be enough, Mr. Client? Sabihin niya, ay, hindi kaya. Okay? So, 12 million. How do we achieve 12 million? Siyempre, hindi naman tayo tataya sa loto, di ba? Para ma-achieve to, kailangan ipunan natin. So, 30 years more para pagtrabahuan. So, how much would that be per month? Magkano dapat ang iipunin niya para ma-reach ang 12 million? Kunyari, via bank. 12 million divided by 30 years divided by 12. Mr. Client, you have to save 33,333 every month. So, may I ask, how much is your salary? Sabihin niya, 50,000. Ito na po ba ay net minus taxes? Yes. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, 33,000 ang kailangan niyang i-save every month to reach the 12 million kung via bank. Sabihin niya, pag tinanong mo, kaya ba, Mr. Client? Sabihin niya, hindi. Kasi, dami kong expenses sa bahay mga anak ko pa. Utilities pa. Tapos, allowances pa ng, kung nag-nursery na yung panganay. Diba? Pang-grocery. Date ng pamilya. Diba? Sabi niya, hindi kaya yan. Sobrang laki niyan. Diba? Given na 50,000 yung sweldo niya. So, ipapark natin to. So, bakit ko po ito pinakita sa inyo, Mr. Client? Because I want you to realize na for you to reach a 12M, kailangan mong mag-ipon ng 33,333 every month. Okay? Now, for your, sabi mga, this stage, 30 until this age, this is your active stage. Okay? Active active stage because you are working, well, to provide for your family. However, if you're out of the picture, what's gonna happen? Pipilayan ng family. So, sobrang may malaking financial loss. So, that is why we need income protection. Okay? In the form of life insurance. Okay? Yan pala yung kailangan natin. Umbrella insurance to protect your family from financial loss. Okay? So, how do we compute for the insurance? Okay? Soberahin natin ito. So, for the insurance, it depends. Pwedeng based on the salary or pwede namang based on the provision ni Michael for his family. So, mamili kayo. What I do is I proceed to expenses versus income. Para lang malaman ko how much is he providing for the family. At the same time, meron pa ba siyang extra para makapag-save siya at magkaroon siya ng income, ng life insurance. So sabihin mo, i-breakdown mo isa-isa up to the latest, pinaka-simple na details. Food, utilities, what else? Date, travel, allowance, kasi lahat ng gastos. What else? Fare, etc., etc. So, for example, lahat yan nag-total into, sabihin natin, 45,000. And si income is 50,000. So, meron pa siyang sobrang 5,000. So, meaning, meron siyang pwedeng i-save. Now, what I do is, I usually compute for the provision. Pero kung kunyari ganito na yung family, better to base the computation on the salary. So, 50,000 times 12 times, normally, tanawin mo si client, mga ilang years mong gusto mag-provide for your family if you are gone. Sabihin na, 10 years ba? I-guide mo sila, 10 years ba? 15 years, 20 years, 30 years? O sabihin natin, 10 years na if I am gone, at least for the next 10 years, the family can survive as if you are still providing for them 50,000 every month. So, 50,000 times 12 times 10. So, how much is that? 50,000 times 12 times 10. So, kailangan niyo ng 6 million insurance coverage. Okay? And sabi mo nga, or sabi natin kanina, kailangan niya ng 12 million retirement fund. Tapos, kailangan niya ng 6M na life insurance. Eh, mag-aaral pa yung dalawa niyang anak. Sabihin na natin, for example, by age 45, ang kailangan niyang education funds for the panganay, sabihin natin, kunyari lang, 500,000. Tapos another 500,000 for the bunso. So, ang gagawin ko niyan for the proposal, gagawa ako ng, usually, pag ang kailangan ni client is kailangan niya ng retirement, kailangan niya ng insurance, education funds, nag-automatic ako to MaxiLink Prime. MaxiLink Prime versus the SunFlexiLink because MaxiLink Prime mas higher yung allocation niya for investment, at least for the education funds and for the retirement ni client. Okay? So, ngayon, gagawin ko, sabihin ko, client, I will just show you your ideal coverage, ideal proposal. However, since limited nga yung budget natin, of course, ipapasok natin whichever is kasya dun sa budget natin. Are you comfortable na yung buong 5,000 ilagay natin dun? Or pag tumawad siya, siguro mga 4,000, okay na sa akin, okay. So, ang una kong gagawin, gagawa ako ng Maxilin Prime. Okay. Rahin natin to. So, Maxi Prime. Tapos, ang face amount niya, since si Maxi Prime is double the face amount siya, di ba? So, 3M face amount. Tapos, merong TDB and ADB. Tapos, ang gagawin ko niyan, dapat, by age 60, meron na siyang 12 million. So, gagawin ko, yung target fund, or better, unahin muna natin yung target fund na 500,000 by age 45. So, at 45, 500K. Kasi doon mo makikita, medyo magta-trial and error ka eh. If kasama yung education funds. Pero kung, for example, ang target lang naman niya is retirement, so, pwedeng another option would be target fund at age 60, 12 million. Tapos doon makikita mo na, client, do not be overwhelmed with the premium because I'm just showing you the ideal proposal for you. However, ang gagawin natin later on is just kung ano yung pasok sa budget mo. Okay? Now, after doing everything, yung the presentation, so, questions, client, do you have questions? Tapos yun, questions, sasagutin mo lang. And then, pag wala na siyang questions, and tingin mo naman, medyo at peace na siya dun sa mga sagot mo. So, syempre, dapat i-close mo rin. Kasi pag hindi ka nakalanding, sayang naman yung maganda mong presentation, di ba? So, I always ask, kung wala na siyang question, sabihin ko, client, can I ask you a question? Sabihin niya, of course, yes. Ang ganda ng plan, di ba? So, syempre, dapat ikaw din as an advisor, very convinced ka with our products. So, ang ganda ng plan, di ba? Do you think it can help you achieve your financial goals? Sabihin niya, yes. Do you think it is beneficial to you? Yes. So, let's start now. So, lalabas niyo na yung inyong mahiwagang application form. So, there.